There was a moment of silence, more like a chokehold on the world, holding its breath while trying to process what just happened and what it means for the future. With Alazar standing on stage in front of his podium, like standing atop Mount Olympus as Hades had just taken over both heaven and hell, Alazar primed to take over the world in his hands. But there was an ignition, a spark that created havoc in the streets. Much like the demonstration in Neo-Atom City on Alazar's birthday, there were protests breaking out. People knew that it needed to be fought now or face the possibility of losing our freedom for forever. Hours after the form of the sanction, resistance was coming in from major cities across the world. DC, Paris, London, and more. People wanted to take this chance to come together as one people, much like what the sanction was saying, but actually unified. Riots broke out, fighting for the last breath of victory, but that was quickly put to bed, almost overnight. Where those fighting against the sanction's call to arms still tried to keep it level, the prowling now with their leashes off didn't waste any time escalating their newfound power to violent extremes. With access to the highest military weapons, bloodlust, and impunity, the world froze in horror as the prowling asserted their dominance in the crowds. No containment, just extermination. Almost as fast as the opposition rose against the newly formed sanction, it all went away. The fear that take no prisoners, no quarter, was going to end with the blood of thousands being spilled. This fear deterred anyone from going against Alazar or trying to rise against. The last embers of hope burned out and the darkness blanketed the population. Pushed to the outskirts and the brink of civilization, those who were against the authoritarian rule of Alazar started hiding. The prowling walked the streets in every major city. Bounties were put on anyone suspected of trying to create an uprising. Families, men, women, children, executed in the streets as an example. Fall in line, or fall to your knees and die. Thus began the rule of the sanction, with hard lines drawn. Sadly, the ones who supported Alazar realized too late what was going on, what was happening, and what was coming. Then again, a surprising amount welcomed this. Welcomed the power that came with being one with Alazar's beliefs. Tact went out the window. You could falsely expose someone as saying they're against the sanction and the prowling would jump on the chance for another tally in the death pool. Thus, the cities became condensed, almost lawless places, while the outskirts started to become a heartbeat for what was about to come. The heartbeat that was the birth of Avatar.